before starting the motion of particle under inverse square force, first of all we will study reduction of two body problem into one body problem. So, our article is reduction of two body problem to problem into one body problem. So, what is the meaning of this article? We know that when we study the mechanics, so we have to consider each object as a single body or single particle. Either the body is lighter or heavier, but we have to consider that body as a single particle. So, this is a basic article. The body consisting of two particles. Two body problem is two bodies, two particles. Let there are two particles M1 and M2. The whole body is consisting of these two particles, But we have to consider these two particles into one particle. So, where is the particle and what are the parameters of that particle, single particle. So, this article is used to calculate that single particle which is equivalent to these two particles. So, this article is dealt with that particle. Now, we know that the position vector of first particle is r1 and for second particle is r2. We will use this. Masses are m1, m2 and position vectors are r1, r2 of these two particles. Now, we apply Newton's second law of motion. We know that force is applied by first particle on second and by second particle on first particle. So, we know that there are two forces F1 which is equal to m1 d square r1 upon dt square. This is force due to first particle F1, that is F is equal to ma, that is m into a means acceleration. So, we may write this acceleration as double derivative of position with respect to time. So, this is acceleration. So, it is F is equal to ma. Similarly, F2 is m2 into d square r2 upon dt square. In vector form, we will apply the vectors. So, this is second equation. You know that we know this formula, it is a formula from Newton's second law of motion or the force acting due to first particle or due to second particles. Now, I rewrite these equations number 1 as we will divide left hand side by m1. So, we will get this d square r1 upon dt square is equal to f1 by m1, this one, and d square r2 upon dt square is equal to f2 upon m2. So, these are the first and second equation. Basically, the first and second mean I have written these equations in this form, that is dividing by m2 on left hand side. Is it clear? So, this equation is third and fourth. Now, subtract this equation number 4 from third. Subtract equation number 4 from equation number third. We will get d square r1 upon dt square minus d square r2 upon dt square is equal to f1 by m1 and minus f2 by m2. This one. So, we have subtracted these equations. Now, applying the formula Newton law of motion, third formula for Newton law, we know that action and reaction are equal and opposite, that is F1 is equal to minus F2. We know that F1 is equal to minus F2. So we will put this F1 as F1 but F2 as minus F1, or may be written both as F say. So for convenience I will put both F1 F2 as F, that is F1 is F and F2 is minus F. So this equation is number 5 equation. So number 5 equation becomes d square upon dt square r1 minus d square r2 upon dt square is equal to f upon m1 plus f upon m2. I put the value of f1 as f, f2 as minus f. So it is clear? Now taking common d square dt square into r1 minus r2 is equal to f is common and 1 upon m1 plus 1 upon m2. Is it clear? Now they put this value r1 minus r2 as r. I have put this value as r. So it will become d square r upon dt square is equal to f into put 1 by m1 plus 1 by m2 as 1 by mu. That is, we have put the values r1 minus r2 as r and 1 upon m1 plus m2, 1 upon m2 is 1 by mu. So putting the values. So we will get this answer. D square r upon dt square is equal to f into 1 upon mu. What is mu? Mu is the reduced mass. This mu is called reduced mass. Reduced, and r is total position vector of a single particle. So when we represent this formula in the diagram, then where is the particle, single particle? Let that particle lying at this position, this, and the vector of that particle is r, this one, this r. The r is given, shown here in the figure, and the mass of this particle is mu. Its mass is m1, its mass is m2, but the mass of the equivalent particle is mu. So what is mu? Mu is nothing, it is reciprocal sum of m1, m2 and mu. So this formula is d square r over dt square is equal to f upon mu, or if we multiply mu here, then it will become f is equal to mu into d square r upon dt square. So this is single formula, or the formula for equivalent single particle which is equivalent to the two particles. So this is single particle formula. F is equal to ma. This is m means mu, a means d square r upon dt square. So this formula is reduced mass formula, or equivalent two body problem into one body problem. Now we will discuss the special cases of mass. So what is this? We know that 1 upon mu is equal to 1 upon m1 plus 1 upon m2, which we have put the value. So first case, let m1 is equal to m2. If the particles are of same masses, m1 equal to m2 means both are m say, both are m. So it will become 1 upon mu is equal to 1 upon m plus 1 upon m, or it will become 2 upon m and 1 upon mu, or mu is m by 2. Is it clear? So it means, what is reduced mass? Reduced mass is half of the mass of individual particle, a single particle. So when there are two particles, m and m, both have same masses, then the resultant particle or equivalent particle have the mass is half of the each mass, one m by 2. And in the second case, let m1 is greater than m2. This m1 is greater than m2. For example, it is a case of hydrogen, or m1 is the mass of proton, m1 is the mass of proton, and m2 is the mass of electron. This is the case for hydrogen atom. So in first case, I have taken the both masses are same, but in the second case, m1 is greater than m2. Then what will happen? It will be 1 upon mu is equal to 1 upon m1 m2, means m1 m2 is LCM, and it will become m2 plus m1. Okay. Or this may be written as taking reciprocal, mu is m1 m2 over m1 plus m2. Is it clear? Now we may write this m2 over m1 m2. Here we will take m1 common. It will become 1 plus m2 upon m1. This m1 is cancelled out with m1 in the numerator. And after that, this mu is m2 into this one, 1 plus m2 upon m1 raised to power minus 1. Because it is lying in the denominator, and we may write this as power minus 1. So applying binomial theorem, that is m2 into 1 minus, because 1 plus x raised to power n is 1 minus nx or plus nx. It will become 1 into m2 upon m1. And higher powers can be neglected, because we know that this term is very, very less. You know that m1 is greater than m2, or m2 is less than m1. And in case of electron and protons, this m1 upon m2 is 1836. You know that the mass of proton is greater than mass of electron, and mass of proton is heavier 1836 times than the mass of electron. So this ratio is constant, fixed. Or this mu is equal to m2 1 minus, what is this, m2 upon m1, that it will 1 upon 1836. So this is reduced mass. So what is this effect? It is mu2 is equal to m2 into 1 minus very, very less. So it is very less, so it will become 1 minus 0, that is 1. So mu2, so mu2 approximately equal to m2, even less than m2, or mu2 is less than m2. So from here it is clear that the reduced mass is less than the mass of lighter particle, because m2 is the mass of electron. Electron means lighter particle. So lighter particle means the reduced mass is less than the mass of lighter particle. Obvious, it is less than the mass of heavier particle. So overall, it is concluded that the reduced mass is less than the mass of both particles. So this is the concept of reduced mass. Next we will study the motion of the particle under inverse square force in the next lecture. So thank you very much.